Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So Charles Barkley has come out and has some things to say about Bronny James and what's going on with the G League. And I think the conversation has gone from LeBron getting Bronny into the NBA. I think people were okay with that after a while. There's been some pushback on that, but I think what I'm trying to say is it's been magnified by what's been going on in the G League as far as Bronny only playing home games. You look at the situation, someone who's playing on the road, getting minutes on the road when they play home games. Bronny absorbs a lot of those minutes, and people are looking at it like, okay, well, these people are fighting for their professional lives. They don't have a LeBron James as a father, and even if they aren't going to get called up to the league, maybe another team comes in and get them, after watching them, or, just having that current film to be able to send to an overseas team. It may be cutting into them having an opportunity to have their best game, have their best showing, have their best film, to share with other organizations in different leagues. And so that's been the conversation. Now, Chuck has spoke about this earlier, and I want to kind of play some of the clips of what he said earlier, and we're going to get into what he said about Bronny in the G League. Let's check it out.
And we're all rooting for him because we have so much respect for LeBron. It's not going to be easy because he has a target on his back because of his last name. There's going to be a certain amount of petty jealousness of people who like, you
Right.
don't deserve to be in the NBA. You're not as good as some of these other players. You only got in because of your dad. So, they got to handle this thing with kid gloves, literally, because they can't just put him out there
Right.
because he's not a finished product yet. But man, it's a great story.
So that's what Chuck had to say prior to the season. He was giving glowing compliments to LeBron and Ronnie, but he was saying they have to handle this thing with kid gloves. And now, with the information coming out about the G League, this is what he said. He said the kid is not ready to play in the NBA. He should be in the G League so he can play basketball. And he said this on the Better Angle podcast, just this past weekend. And Chuck continued. He said, and also, this thing where he's only going to play home games is stupid. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to the team. Can you imagine the coach of that team? You come off a road trip and you have a player you haven't seen in a week or two. And then you probably feel like you got to play him. I don't think they are doing Bronny any favors. They have just handled this thing very bad. It's a bad look for the Lakers. I really like everything LeBron has done, but it's a bad look for him too, in my opinion. That has been my criticism the whole time. What Chuck just said about just the resentment the players will have, right? I'm not even coming at Bronny per se on this. I'm just saying the tension that it creates. And people who just can't see how you could say anything negative about this. Imagine you are one of the players in the G League. Take your fan hat off for a second and put yourself as a player trying to get that opportunity, and you balling out and you just can't get it. That's the team you ended up landing with, the Lakers, unfortunately, this year, because maybe if you were in Charlotte or somewhere, you may have had a better chance to be called up. But you landed with the Lakers. That's just the way your cards was dealt. And Bronny is taking some of your G League time. Not only that, he has a guaranteed contract that some of these players would be fighting for and getting called up. Imagine that being you, and then look at it from that perspective. Not as a fan of LeBron that would defend him to the ends of the earth, but just because, again, like we all recognize LeBron greatness as a basketball player, and he's flexing his power in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And to that degree, I'm not even upset per se. I think he did it at the wrong time. My whole thing is let Bronny build himself up in college as a player. At least get to where he's averaging like 15, 5, and 3 maybe. And he'll be like right on the fringe or right on the cusp of being a NBA player. Then if you use your nepotism, beat out somebody that may be a little better, but he is decent enough to play in the league, I could understand that. Maybe LeBron felt rushed though, with Bronny having that situation he had at USC last year, so he accelerated the process even more. Because again, remember, in the beginning, it came out that Bronny was gonna transfer at one point, right? And then when I saw Drew Joyce get the job at Duquesne, I was like, okay, maybe Bronny goes there because I know LeBron would trust um, Bronny, Drew Joyce with his life, being around Bronny. That's what I was thinking. And then, he goes to the Lakers and he does this. Maybe LeBron doesn't want him out his sight and all that. And I get all that. But the kid's a gamer, a top gamer, could have been doing some other things. And I think Bronny likes basketball for sure. I just think this process, man, and the way that it's going, it's enough that he already took 7.9 million guaranteed dollars from some guys that needed it, per se. But um, I would say only playing half the games, only half the workload. He's a part-time G League player with a guaranteed NBA contract. Just look at it from that perspective is what I would ask people that's upset about anyone criticizing this in the comment section. Pretend you are a player fighting for your career, right? Um, so I don't think there's issue with what Charles said in that regard. I think everybody feels that way for the most part. I just think, some people would defend every action to the end of the earth, and you just can't do that with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see what is right and what is wrong. And wherever you fall on whatever side you fall on that, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hopefully Bronny, I would say like hopefully he could develop. But again, you're only playing in home games. Uh, you're not playing in those tough road environments. I just I don't know what the full plan is for Bronny. I don't even know if the plan is for him to have a long career or just to play with LeBron. That's my thing. And if he loves the game, he would want to carve out his niche. Look at Scottie Pippen Jr. He was able to accomplish a feat in the Chicago Bulls gym that hadn't been accomplished since his father Scottie Pippen did it last. And you see how grateful he was for that moment. But he went out there and earned it. Went to Vanderbilt, became a dog under Jerry Stackhouse, and was able to earn that. It's something about a man earning something, even though he has everything in the palm of his hands. Has his gaming and all of that. Bronny probably wants to earn something himself. I'm telling you, in any man, there's that desire to earn something yourself that your parents didn't give to you. It's just in there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Bronny was kind of made to do this per se, and I don't mean made like obviously, yeah, but kind of coerced, like, tomorrow ain't promised after what he went through. I don't know how it was presented to him. And I'm going to be honest, I think LeBron, with the absence of his father, he probably feels like this is the right thing to do. Did he know he's taking opportunities from other people? Yes, but I think he feels like he's doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's his house. That's his right? I'm just saying you have to consider the way Bronny is getting drugged through the ringer. I know LeBron say it don't bother Bronny, but can we 1000% say for a fact internally it's not bothering him, or does Bronny just have a good poker face and he's not showing that it bothers him yet? You know what I'm saying? But he see what's being said about him and everything, man. So that's my major concern with all of it, man. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time.